Hey guys, Chris Rivers here. Hopefully, you had a chance to watch the vulnerability training overview and the implementing the Great Annual Examine video. In this particular video, I'm going to give you some practical steps on how to create a digital weekly reflecting guide using the 5 major categories mentioned in the Great Annual Examine. The point is to cultivate new learnings about yourself each week so that you can be that much more prepared to complete the Great Annual Examine again or for the first time. Okay, let's get started. This is a copy of the weekly reflections Google form that I take weekly right now to help me cultivate new ideas in preparation for the great annual exam that I'll take at the end of the year. Now, this has a title. You can see weekly reflections. You can see what I'm actually doing for this. And then you can see a section here. I'm using something called date. And then there's another section. This is a title section that doesn't have any words in it. This is my first question. So what are the most important events that have happened to me or in me this week? So basically what I'm doing is when I'm taking this form, I'm thinking about like this past week, what has happened? And then of course you can see the next section. What are my greatest breakthroughs, struggles, losses in any category of my life this past week? There is an answer for physically, relationally, vocationally, spiritually, and with other people. And so what happens is this is being curated. You can see that I've done this 12 times. If you click on the responses, you can see today's date. You can see the information that I've curated from this. And then you can see kind of some of the big insights that I've found. Now, what I'm doing is I'm cultivating new ideas that I'll use at the end of the year when I finish the great annual examine. So what have done once I create this, if you make a copy of this, and the way that you'll do that is you'll basically come over here to these 3 dots, and you're going to click on this button that says make a copy. So what I would do is I would put this in the same area that you're putting your other great annual examine. So we'll just put this as a template because this is the actual one that I'm going to give you right here. And then you'll just click OK. And then I would use this as a template too. So if you're going to share this with other people, don't mess with this one. Keep this as the main template and then just make copies of these for other individuals. So now that this is ready, what you would want to do if you go and make a copy of this for your name or for someone else's name, everything has already been built. You don't need to do anything special. So click on send, click on the URL shortener, and then just copy the link. Now, what I like to do is I like to go into my calendar and create a weekly reminder. So for instance, I have a weekly reminder. Today is Sunday, April 19th. I have a weekly reminder right here that I'm supposed to fill out my weekly reflections. And then I actually have the Google form of my copy right there. And you can see just based off how this works, when you open the weekly reflections document, you're going to start to put in information. You're going to put in today's date. You're going to, let's put in today's date. You're going to get to the next pane where you're going to begin to fill this thing out.
So what you're going to do is open up the calendar. You'll click on the Google weekly reminder, and then you'll start to put in a date. You'll click next, and then you'll fill out the most important event. You'll click next. And then once you'll do that, you'll start to fill out the other areas for physical, relational, vocational, spiritual, and then with other people. And then you'll click submit.
Or if you wanted to do this on a Saturday, you could click this little calendar and put weekly review and make sure you spell that correctly. Go to more options, and then you could then paste your new Google form here, put it on a weekly on Saturday from 9 to 9:15. It'll take you 15 minutes. Or you could do a custom one where you're going to return 52 weeks, and then you could hit done, and then that'll actually save that to your calendar. So there you have it. I hope those tools help you, and those videos are encouraging to just kind of see some of the process. These resources have helped me in more ways than I can count, and working through the questions has given me the courage to show up as myself in all situations. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. If you're interested in accessing other resources created by Culture Bus, man, feel free to email me at hello@culturebus.com. trust.cc. And if you like what you're hearing on the podcast, I'd love your help in getting the word out. You can do that by subscribing to your favorite podcasting platform. Give us a review. Tell others about the show, okay? I'll see you next time on the next video series.